How awesome is it? I'm here. I'm here. How is it? Awesome is it? Oh, you got over to come on and to see my amazing community here. Whoop, hold on. Need some energy. My son's thinking of me. Today we're gonna have the blue alien today because you see, that's like my brain. There we go. Now that way I'll be able to function. How the hell is everyone doing? Lots going on. I wanted to call it the end of the mandates, the video, but I said I'm not going to, and talk about space always. And when we finish off, we're going to look at just a few little updates on the convoy and what's going on around the world. But that's if we get to that. There is so much to talk about. I have my coffee is brewing. Usually it's ready when I come on, but it is not. Mr. Peter Benton, how the hell are you, my friend? Hello, Burson community. It's Friday again. Lots to talk about. Oh, yes. What's falling out of the sky? And truckers still fighting it out. Well, truckers are not falling out of the sky, so that's good. But they definitely are coming out of the woodworks. Lots of very sad things going on here, like what went on at January 6th, not comparing the same event, but some of the trickery of the government when the American government started, paying literally for anti gangs of anti this and anti that, Antifa and all those gangs, BLM, we're not going to hide it. All the governmental run, and the Marxists and everything. The leader of BLM was a Marxist and she was just in it for the money. It all comes out after and long term. But here in Canada, cops stealing fuel. They had to bring the fuel back. So when they brought the fuel back, they actually put water in some of the cans to try and destroy the motors of some of the $250,000 trucks, right? Which are most of them not even paid yet. First and second, that's absolutely amazing. Where are you? Hey, man, I didn't get the sun today. I did not. I got the sun yesterday morning, really early, almost between, just at the early horizon. And I didn't get it up yet. You got it up on the 10th, if I'm not mistaken, which the spots are still big, right? San C, how's it going? Hello to you. Thank God it's Friday, my friends. Southern Florida in the house. Greatly appreciated. Grit Ripper, how's it going, my friend? Nick Bowker, hey guys, thank you so much for being members, and those of you here, you are all members, but I mean the paid members, and those of you here contributing with the views and the comments and the support is absolutely much needed and appreciated, of course. Lots of news today. Christopher Rollins is here. Hello out there, Earthlings. How's it going, my friend Christopher Rollins? Crimson Drums, thanks for being here, bro. Nice to see you. Alyssa, hello to you. We have the Penny 46. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much for appreciating the channel. It inspires me. You guys and gals inspire me so much. And I want it to continue. So don't stop doing what you're doing. The trolls has always been a situation here. That's okay. Good news. The guidelines have changed, but I don't think YouTube really respects their guidelines. But I'm seeing a lot of troll channels go down. I'm seeing a lot of channels having problems now. If you're doing something on your channel and you're doing something illegal, it won't be too long that your channel is going to be taken down. That's for sure. Effortless. Martin Conyard, how's it going? Craig, 1971 in the house. Great to see you, Bruce. House, Canada, and the truckers. Doing very, very badly, actually. Where they're hanging in there. They can't be more confident than they are. They're in it for the long haul. They're holding the line. All the expressions coming up on But what's going on in the background that's not being shown on the news is really sad. And, child protection services are out there now roaming around Ottawa trying to bother the truckers that are there with their children. See, it's a really sad story, and it takes a while to understand it all and to wrap your head around it. And when I understood that some of the truckers lost their homes and jobs, and their last resort is to effing pull up with their rig, fuel it up, and to go there with their son in the cab, which, by the way, they are having so much fun because it's very peaceful in Ottawa. It's like an Ottawa stock. It's something very beautiful that's going on. The States would have done the same thing, right? All of you would have done the same thing. I know it. But it didn't start the same way in the States. The States, they attacked right away. guns and stuff like that, pepper spray and stuff. Of course, no one's gonna let themselves be stepped on. So I have much respect for the Americans, as much as I don't see a difference in what's going on right now. It's just that we're being very patient in Canada. I'm surprised, actually. The Reality by Jay Rocco. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough, Jay Rocco. Thanks for appreciating it, you guys. Truth Mirage is in the house. It's going to be raining down satellites, Peter, and that's what I'm going to be talking about right now, real soon. Truth Mirage. Patty, hey, thanks, you guys. Love you all for coming by. Yes, exactly what I'm doing. Usually the coffee's brewed before I come on. That's why I take 5-10 minutes before coming on, but it's not too bad. When you start hearing, that's because it's at the end of the water, and that's the old machine you're going to hear. Darla Lam is in the house. Thank you so much, Darla, for welcoming everyone. And as all of you do, the mods here on the channel, I really appreciate that. Luz, how's it going? Hello to you. William Horn is in the house. Greetings. Thanks a lot, you guys. Appreciate it, man. Thanks to my bros for coming to this channel, for subscribing. If you are, and if you are not, please take the time to subscribe to the channel. It does mean a lot. Trolls go up and down during the streams there. Usually it's about 20, 25 that I lose during the stream, and then they come back at the end of the night. I never really understood that, why they were doing that. I guess for someone with a small channel and no subs, it would bother them. But, if you go up 50 subs one day and go down 100 the next day, if you stop working just for that, you're not going to be very encouraged, because YouTube is always up and down. But mentioning it and asking you guys to subscribe, it really gets me a little bit more, very little more subscribers, but it shows. Forced Disclosure 818, thank you so much, bro, for the ongoing support. You guys can check out his channel too. A lot of these channels do research on the moon also. I'm not alone by the dozens here. All of you doing your own research and stuff. Really appreciate you coming by. Metayarb 2, Yarby, how's it going? Morning to you. Thanks, you guys. Starbeam Knight, hello. Samantha Porter, go Truckers. Yes, totally hyped about it all and stuff. We can talk about anything and everything here. There's no dangers. Those just arriving, worried about what we can talk about. You all know what words we can't say. The words about the C and the V and whatnot. I call them the V'd and the not V'd, with the C and the D's, whatever. Just use code so that you all know why, because they're taking down channels for absolutely nothing. I think I saw Elon Star Train this morning traveling east 5 in a row. That is very interesting that you said that, Nick. And you know why? Because they're going to there's 49 satellites that were launched. 40 satellites came into contact with a geomagnetic storm. So that's why, Peter, it's going to rain satellites. There's 40 of them that are damaged or will be damaged. I'm not going to tell us that much, right? So causing a lot more debris in space. It's absolutely incredible that 49 satellites is 40 that are going to crash back down to Earth. And who says they're going to crash all at the same time? How long is it going to take for 40 satellites to crash to Earth? Take 40 days and nights. It could take 40 months, 40 weeks. Some of them are going to stay up there with the Eagle that's still floating around, apparently around the moon. 1969 lander, apparently. I was talking about that with some members, I think even in the last stream. Some of the objects that I am seeing could be some of that debris too. Definitely, since I'm seeing so many objects around the moon. It's not always just living beings that we're seeing on the moon. We see a whole bunch of types of different characteristics. So much news. The next sun video is going to be absolutely incredible. I got yesterday's sun close up, like I always do, getting better and better at doing so. And check out Peter Benden too. You got it too. And what I'm going to do is in the video, I have an explanation and a real proper theory about some of the objects I've seen around the sun. Do you guys remember me saying that I caught an object going around the sun that was inside of the sun's atmosphere, right? The trolls back in the days used to fight with me about an atmosphere on the moon. It's been proven anyways, even back then. But there's also an atmosphere around the sun and different layers, of course, corona, chromosphere, right? And the chromosphere is where fireballs are ejected and stay. They go around and orbit some of these blobs. It's a real term. The structures, blob structures that NASA had termed them, I think back in 2018 or even 2016 or 2017, whatever the year may be. But anyways, I'm not even going to get into that here. I'm going to talk about that in the next video, but do be watching, because it's going to be amazing that the captures that I caught just recently in 2021, I already have an explanation for some of the ones that we're seeing that look like they're inside of the atmosphere of the sun. They say that the sun is heated up and gets hot, really hot, because possibly in theory, science is a theory, that those plasma fireballs that are ejected, leaving the sun, stay in the sun's orbit, those aside from the ones that come to Earth. They accumulate and gather by solar flares, accumulating and hitting each other back to back from so many of them leaving the sun, creates a density sphere or ball or blob of this plasma. And that plasma is strong enough to remain around a planet for, a day or a week or a month and destroy it, they said. So Samantha Porter, thanks again. So that's scary stuff. Next video, we'll be talking about that, and I'll be showing a lot of cool captures, recent captures. I was supposed to get some moon in at the end, and I don't know if I will, if I don't have enough room in the video. But either I'll get that up between the streams or after the stream. I hope if I get up between the streams that you will watch it. I know you guys will, but I'm not going to get a lot of views. I was disappointed with the last video. I worked hard to get into Bugger, the sun, and I got a minimal amount of views, very surprising. And I also shared an unclassified type of UFO. I will be checking comments this weekend here. I'll be checking comments this weekend on Patreon also, and I will be getting member videos up, a couple of them this week. So I'm always very busy, keeping myself very, very busy. So Nick, those Elon Musk satellites are going to have to, they're going to have to keep the 9 that are left, and they're going to make them fly together in like a line of paper. So that is definitely, if you've seen it anywhere from yesterday or the day before, that is definitely probably what you saw. Actually, 100% probably what you saw. It's going to look like a train. So if you didn't see them one behind the other, you probably saw them side by side. One or the other, obviously, but that's what NASA and Elon and everyone said that they had to. Well, Elon didn't say it. They speak for him. So a geomagnetic storm is in the area of oh wait, yes, because I'm thinking I don't want to forget that. The chromosphere, where the plasma balls are going around the sun. I've never heard anyone speculate like on YouTube about this. And the fireballs remaining in a chromosphere is an area that's between the outer layers of the atmosphere of the sun and its center core. So when something's ejected, it can stay in the sun's orbit. And that could be some of those objects that we saw that I showed, that it said, hey, look, it's blurry and it's going around the sun. And it looks like it's like inside of the sun, like it's inside of a glass as it's going around. So that could very well be something that I found out. So I'm just laughing because every time I present something in space, I obviously almost never have a theory with it that is, or should I say, I just have theories with them, and anything credible, I have to do the research and look it up. So this could be very well something that explains why we're seeing so many plasma balls around the sun. Now, these plasma balls come out every 12 seconds, guys. So yeah, it can happen that I can capture some, even though it's rare to be able to capture them with the equipment that I have. It's a regular camera. F Donkey, you always come on when I have to pick up I'm sorry about that. Always bad timing, eh? That's how it is. Actually, your wife is badly timed. What is it with her? Always at the same. No, I'm kidding. My gosh, don't tell her. Don't let her hear that. She will never let you listen to me again. No, take care of your wife, man, first. But get her interested in the channel and get her to come and listen to the channel. Thanks for sharing that, man. Hey, Karen, how's it going? I'm doing very well. Thank you very much for asking. I hope you're doing well too. And I appreciate the comments, you guys. Really appreciate the comments. I'll be answering all the comments on the last video that I posted a day or two ago. Yesterday, I think. Yeah, of course. And I'll be posting a video tonight. I'll be answering the comments there too this weekend. Patreon, like I said, I did not forget. I've been very, very busy. Stories about me wanting to go to Ottawa, but now there should be an insurrection this evening about the cops. Lots is going on in Ottawa, guys. All this stuff, these updates. It's absolutely incredible. some corruption going on in Canada, boy. Ho, ho. I couldn't get over what we heard about the States in the past few years, even though we knew that our governments are corrupt, what went on to the American people, disgusting. But now, Canada now, all the stories are coming out, just like in the States. I'm going to quickly grab my coffee out. So my head is buzzing so much from everything I want to talk about. So many fun things that we can talk about. And not only fun things, there's also a lot of dangerous things I think that we can talk about. Definitely. Thanks again, Mr. Gripper Ripper. Karen, how's it going? Or is it Kareen? It's Karen. Hello, beautiful souls, love and light from the Netherlands. Thank you very much. I'm watching you guys in the Netherlands also with what's going on with the mandates and stuff. New Zealand. God, I love you guys and gals from New Zealand. You people are so amazing. Everywhere, the UK, the States, and France now are standing up. Quebec, everyone's standing up. All the countries are standing up against the mandates. It's legal. It is legal, not illegal, to peacefully protest. The government's literally cutting through the laws to ban us from doing certain things with the protesting, which means we want Trudeau to resign. Canadians want Trudeau to resign. And the Quebec premier or government, anyways, asshole, sorry, Francois Legault, talking about threats with guns and stuff, saying, hey, this is too much. It's too much. It's not the same when they threaten us with their frigging guns, right? But then the threat comes the other way. And then, it's always to blame the people. And now the new thing for the New World Order is to blame people. The people. It's simple. You're domestic terrorists, and we can start any new term or word and put it in the dictionary as a meaning, and that's it. People are labeled certain things. A lot of bad things happen to some Trump voters throughout the years now and last year, and when Trump left, they're still targeting people that had voted for Trump, still trying to audit Trump. Very, very, very sad. CNN, oh my God, so much is going on, you guys. CNN, right? The head of a CEO or the manager, whatever you want to call him, Zucker, he's gone, right? And Don Lemon, I don't watch CNN, obviously. When I go there, it's to see the lies that they're saying. But to hear people saying that, he talked about white people, but I'm always being careful because people are rated racist, but I don't really give a shit because I'm not hiding anything. And Don Lemon saying that white people should be taken off the map, and then they have to understand, and their kids should be taught that, the slavery back in. Listen, for those of you concerned that are black, me as a white father told my son all about how bad people were. And I explained to him that it just so happened it was white people doing the bad stuff. But he understands himself, and I understand myself, that what happened with the Indians, what happened, way back with the Indians in Canada and stuff like that. I have Indian blood. I'm supportive of everything now. So I think people have to stop trying to get back at the third generation after the ones that had the slaves and stuff. It's a bit silly, I think, what's going on. You're always going to have white people that are racist. You're always going to have black people that are racist. That's just the way it is. But it proves that we're both equal. And that's how I see it. We both do the same things. Black people do things to whites. Whites do things to blacks. I got a lot of white people here right now, and black people listen to me right now that are like, hey, Bruce, don't count me in the boat of being racist. I'm not. And I get it. Most of us are not. Dabs, morning to you. Freedom fighting friends. Yes, we got this, guys. Ambassador Bridge is blocked off. 1/3 of everything that you guys send into here and everything that you guys receive from here in Canada goes through that Ambassador Bridge. It is blocked. It's clogged. Day 4 or day 5. They're not going anywhere. Someone's been called in to fix the bridge, which is the government forcing themselves to send some men to see if the bridge is solid, Ambassador Bridge, because they said some crumbling concrete. So you obviously know what it's going to come down to, that they're going to say that they have to evacuate the bridge because it's crumbling and there's too much weight on it and stuff like that. No, obviously, you got a bunch of empty trucks on the bridge, and I'm sure they calculated the weight so that if they were all lined up, the trucks, that it wouldn't break, for Pete's sakes. Think of it when you think of it. But all these lies that are coming out, lots of them. No forest mandates freedom of bodily autonomy. Stand with truckers. Megalithic mast. Thank you very much. You're absolutely right. Our body, our choice. That's how I see it. And mandates Alberta being taken down. And don't forget, when I say being taken down, I got to be careful when I say that. I don't want anyone in Alberta, my friends, walking outside their home without a mask because Bruce said there was no mandates. You have to get informed, but it's what I'm hearing coming up. Doug Ford, Ontario, taking down the mandates by the end of the month. My mother called me 3-4 times. Bruce, I'm not seeing this. Where the hell did you see it? And I'm telling her where I see it, and she's having a hard time herself to get to see it. So, and people ask me, why don't you tell us where you're seeing the news? I don't tell you, because when I see crap on CBC or MSNBC or CNN, I really read between the lines, try to find out what's going on. It's not that they completely lie. It's they lie about, they show a truth, like they show you literally an image, and then they explain to you what's going on by adding certain lies. I listen to Fox, of all people. It was borderline, but still, guys, at Fox team, come on, guys. There, you know that you are more truthful than the others, but you're still holding back so much truth. And when I see a little bit of a lie in a lot of truth, I just say liars, and it pisses me off. You guys came down, Fox News, to Ottawa. You were on the ground. You have boots on the ground there in Ottawa, and you heard the truckers tell you, we are not moving, they told you. And yet on the news, they say some of the mandates are being demanded to be taken down. But no, there's not some. Truckers aren't going to move from there. And it's not just truckers, by the way. It's called the Trucker Convoy, but it's the People's Convoy, right? But not to be mixed up with the American People's Convoy. Washington, D.C., be ready. It's coming. 2 days ago, they started talking about it. They've been preparing long before. American Convoy is about to surface. So Biden's going to be sending federal cops to spray you guys with gas, obviously. And that's how the states work, right? Lord of the Rings, March of the Ents. Thank you, truckers. Are Ents. Yes, they are. Trudeau is a Saruman. Yes. Well, I tell you, Beth, thanks a lot, Beth, for the generous contributions. Good news is coming. And, the mandates being down in all the provinces will come. Alberta, Saskatchewan, it's done by the end of the month. They still have to wear their masks till the end of this month. Alberta taking down the vac passports. That's a good thing, not taking down all mandates. So now you're going to have some certain provinces, but in reality, they're all going against Justin Trudeau. Did you guys know that Justin Trudeau has a biological brother? And his name is Kyle Kemper. And he is speaking out about what his brother's doing and the mistakes that his brother's doing. And he talks about sort of him being the black sheep in the family. It was a very, very nice present for us Canadians when good old Kyle Kemper. Yep. Don't ask me why his name is Kemper. It's his biological brother, right? Obviously, they're all Castros, but we can't really prove that, but I think that's basically the real story. Dragon Sage, hello to you. I was talking with Dragon Sage just the other day. Going to Ottawa, man. Yeah, I want to go to Ottawa. I'm going to take a train down. I could have taken a Coda Station, Quebec, or I could have taken it to Alexandria, Lancaster, Ontario, right? And I would have taken a train station. No, not taking the station, but because the station stays on the ground, but I would have taken a train to go to Ottawa. And it would have been a 45-minute to a 1-hour drive. Would have cost $25 to $30. Would have had my second train experience from when compared to when I was like 10 or 8. I don't remember how old I was or whatnot. And you need the passports. Fell on my ass. Had no idea that you needed passports. So when you think of it, my son's not living here right now, but if he was, and I was back just 2 years ago, right, I would have been screwed. Would have had to force get my kids jabbed and stuff. Well, I would have pulled them out of school. That's for sure. Not everyone can do it. I would have definitely done it. So much going on. Good win. Love you too, man. Thanks for preaching the work, you guys. Thank you very much. Hold the line, truckers. Sending love and support from North Carolina. Thank you so much. Well, they're not stopping. Lots more are coming. The Ambassador Bridge is blocked off. Now the airports are going to be blocked off. And if Trudeau does not resign or end all the mandates, they're going to start blocking off other things. Speaking of blocking off other things, we have our friends at the Convoy in the States. Lots of news, guys. Gonna make it interesting for you. There's no subject to this video. There's so much going on. The Super Bowl. If you guys are planning to go to the Super Bowl this year, I would suggest that you don't, or to be careful if you do. I'm not talking about boycotting the games. I'm talking about there's going to be protesting, and it's probably a planned schedule protest so that people will listen. Those of you impatient with everything that's going on, say to yourself one thing: it's needed. When I see the people in Ottawa are mostly on the side of the truckers, but we have a couple of elderly people, only elderly people, that came out of their houses to get in the face of the protesters. But that's illegal. You can't go to a protest of thousands of people with your sign and stand in their faces. You can't do that. You have to go on the other side of the street. There's laws for protesting, but all Canadians should respect that. And it's funny to see that it's not the truckers not respecting the protest. They did, right? Also, there was an infraction, a theft or something that occurred during the first couple of nights. And it's the truckers that called that someone had tried to break into something, and it was not the truckers. But it's bad. American news, Canadian news, you guys said that the truckers were terrorists and that we were trying to take over the parliament, which is absolutely ridiculous. I say we, the truckers. I say we because I stand with them. I'm standing just from far. Look at it the way you want. Our friend, Aleos Valhalla. I want you guys to check out his channel. You know why? There's so much going on. I haven't had the time to tell you all. Aleos is in Ottawa right now, and he's the one I was going to meet. Je m'en allais rejoindre Aleos à Ottawa. Mais comme je te dis, with what's going on, I need the passport. Okay, I'm not going to go down. But Aliaus is there, and he's staying there. Went and did his groceries yesterday to stay there for a week to bring us information, footage, and stuff that is going on. So probably next stream or maybe during the week or something, if anything big happens in Ottawa, we'll be able to go and see Aliaus' channel and see what he has as videos. Don't forget your thumbs up for the channel. Merci vraiment beaucoup, Aliaus. Je suis en train de dire que tu as les pieds sur terre à Ottawa et tu es en train de prendre des magnifiques vidéos pour nous tous. C'est bien apprécié parce que aussi j'en parle sur la chaîne française, mais je veux aussi en parler sur la chaîne Bruce César aussi. Find me, Lowe's. I'm here. Those who are willing to give up freedom for temporary safety and security deserve neither freedom or security. Ben Franklin. Those who are willing to give up freedom. Yes. Well said, Mr. Ben Franklin. Not for nothing, those people in particularly came up with those sayings, right? It was just as corrupt back then as it is now, or probably even more now than it was. Almeida 602. Thanks, Samantha. Bruce says, hello, sir. Good to catch you on live stream. It's been a while. Take care and keep all the hard work. Keep up all the hard work. Blessings to all. Thanks a lot. Love you guys. Almeida 602. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate that. Water was used to trick the cops, not regular trucks. To trick the cops. Nope. That happened before, but it's not the same subject. The police put water in the tanks. It was confirmed, and they put half. So, yeah. And not the other way around, that's for sure. And either way, the cops stole the jugs, even if there was shit in the jugs. They're still not allowed stealing them. Get her done. Stock up, guys. This is like the ends go to war. It really is like the end times too. So a whole lot of things can come into we have to take into consideration, right, Beth? That can happen. They can turn this off by bringing the internet down. They are going to do it, but they probably won't do it in your end in the States. They might just frequency scramble certain areas. There's talk about them scrambling the frequencies in Ottawa. They definitely are or can. But people said that they were okay with their phones. They were able to communicate with people. All I know is that, and you all know, obviously, it's near impossible to see a bloody Freedom Convoy video. They come up, they disappear. They come up, they disappear. It's all deliberate. It's all deliberate. Nelson Aniceto, thank you very much. Hello to you. Thanks, guys. Thanks again, J. Rocco, Beth, and everyone for the generous contributions. Fauci is a Smeagol. Yes, I'm telling you, Beth, this guy should be arrested, should be hung in public, right? Starting AIDS, blaming the gays, then turning around, and it was him. He started everything, right? Started off infecting people in Africa. I was talking yet again this afternoon with a family member about it. And on both our ends, we hear this. Imagine. So that information is out there. Subdivision associations getting paid funds from China directly on top of it. Do you see Hunter Biden? Something just came up with his emails. I also have that in the list, the whole bloody list, guys. Hunter Biden has, I don't know, some deal, I guess, $100 million, okay, with China. So that's coming out also, corruption. So Biden passing a cognitive test, and I hope I'm not wrong on the date. He either has to take the test or he's taking the test or he took it. Cognitive tests, which is a bit normal, right? Hillary Clinton, sorry, USA. I am so sorry, USA. Hillary Clinton is back in the picture and she'll be running for elections, but before Trump in 2024. So if you guys all think Kamala Harris is going to be vice president, the next president, I highly doubt it. I do highly doubt it. Javi Sandoval, thank you very much. New member, thank you, guys. I love you so much, guys. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Carlos Skywatcher is in the house. Hello to you, man. KM. Yes, awake. Do you mean like awake, or okay, you mean awake from sleep? Yes. You've always been awake. You're just awake from your sleep, you mean. Thanks for coming by. Thank you, The Reality by J. Rocco. Thanks, you guys. Gate Smasher. Hoorah. How's it going, my brother? Rocking the bacon yesterday. Had myself an amazing brunch. Eggs, canned beans, canned potatoes. Okay. Not going to lie. A quickie, but it was good. Roast those potatoes in a nice golden brown and have myself a nice brunch with the bacon. Especially now the bacon's $9-10. When I eat the bacon, I eat half a strip and try to really last. As compared to taking 3-4 strips. And Peter, thank you so much, bro. Thanks, man. I was going to look up in the stadium. Sorry, guys. I'm getting mixed up here, boy. Oof. Too much going on today. Maybe it's that sun doing that to me. Jeffrey, thank you. Jeffrey, merci. Thanks, guys. Todd Smith in the house, I hope. I get to see all these cowards eat crow. Yes, I hope so too, guys. Definitely, Todd. Did they not understand that their families, their wives, and their children are going to suffer this tyranny? They aren't special. Just for now. It's incredible, eh? It's incredible, and it really proves to us, guys, that there is a mind control on Earth, and people are scrambled. Their brains are scrambled. There's too many realities, and I tend to think we're each living in our own reality, right? There's some people that share their realities for some reason, which is cool, and some people just don't see it. It's weird, eh? That's how it is. Kaywood, how's it going? Hi, Bruce. Hope you're good, says Kaywood. I am. Thank you. Peace and love, brother. The whole world is looking to Canada and what you started. Yes. And guys, honestly, I'm totally overwhelmed. The beautiful gestures that all your countries, a lot of you are doing, even Canadian flags appearing in. I've done it, with the American flags and stuff, or American hat. Trump, when Trump was around. It's nice to see that other countries are encouraging Canada. And not just that, it's nice to see that they understand why Canada is doing that and what it's going to do. Seeing the ignorant people walking around with Nazi signs. Let me tell you all something. The bullshit, excuse the expression, that people said that there were Nazi signs in Ottawa. I'm very sorry. It's not true. There wasn't more than one sign if there was, and I honestly wouldn't count that. I think it's like any protest and any people. And listen, Justin Trudeau, what do you want us to say? You talk about Nazi flags. You're the one that leaves in immigrants and a whole bunch of different people that are not vetted. You must all agree with me. You never let anyone in a country unless they're vetted. Is it safe enough to say? Or is vetting racist? I don't think so. I don't care, because I think that that's fair. Other countries don't want me in their country. And, because of one reason. Not because I don't like other colors. No, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that Trudeau bringing in, especially a religion of people. You all know we're not going to hide that, Muslims, we have Muslims here too, but the religions don't effing collide. Like, stop it. Right? You're not going to pretend that they do. So when they leave people of that religious faith have more power than a Canadian. Can it just all be equal? It's not fair. Look in the States, leaving the Mexicans, Mexican people. Again, I'm not shy to talk about what's going on because it's nothing to do with racism. Mexicans are coming in because they're running from the country that's corrupt. Somebody should be friggin' helping them. It's so sad that they had to leave their country and that nobody in that country was able to help them. It's their land, beautiful land. But by coming over, the government's offering them salaries, a card, the UN card. You guys must have seen it. It's the UN gives them a debit card, and there's money on it that goes in every month. It's a salary, and that's what they do to the people coming into America. But me as a Canadian, I'm insulted that they're doing that to the Americans. I can only imagine how the Americans feel. Again, very controversial subject. It's not a subject that you really get into when you have a YouTube channel, because obviously we are all mixed here. You all know it. We're black, white, Muslim, Arab. I get it. Chinese, Asian, and I shouldn't even be naming them. Indian, right? Different types of Indian cultures too, and tribes. I love it. I think it's beautiful. But when somebody does something stupid, I judge them for their character, not their color, right? It'd be nice in the news if they said one day, some crazy guy got out of his car and hit an old lady. Well, if you ever notice how when they don't tell the color of the person, people ask because they want to know what the color is, just to say, I knew it was a white, or I knew it was a black or yellow or pink. That's how they are. That's how people are. We lead each other on. Thanks, Samantha. Ed's in the house. Pure blood plate revolutionary in activism. I'm a pure blood myself, my friend. It really is. Woo. Thanks for being here. It is captivating the world. It's going to change the world. Hey, Truth Mirage, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I have to get back up there and my music channel and make some more music there. I love playing the music. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to check out my silly little videos. Really appreciate that. Hey, Darla, how's it going? We got the stats in the house. How's it going, Julie? Julie's videos started appearing in my notifications for the first time 2 days ago. Videos of her filming the moon by the water on vacation and stuff. I was like, what the hell? How come I didn't see that before? I knew you guys all had channels, but what I did is I turned on the bell notifications of a lot of channels. I can't go to everyone's channel, that's for sure, but I don't get notifications. It's really, really odd. And I noticed that when I open my friend's channel, that's when I get notifications from Julie. It's weird. And when I say get notification from Julie, is that when she posts a video, I see it. That's quite simply that. But these are older videos coming up in recommendations about you. Weird how YouTube works sometimes. I'm feeling a little satellite headed. Yes, that's a good one. Well, 40 satellites crashing down to Earth, guys. What's that going to do? Going to cause a lot of debris. Obviously, they're not large objects, so I don't know about them coming down and knocking people out. But 40 satellites, I think there's going to be tonight. I hope so. With the infrared, we should see some nice falling stars. And the satellites, when they come down, they're going to burn. And if they burn, they're not going to burn up right away, and they might be on fire for a little while. We might see them crossing or traveling across the sky. That's going to be interesting to look for tonight. I will definitely be looking for that tonight. Definitely. Angela, thanks for being here. Love your shows. Thank you from the Mitten USA. Bless you. God bless. Thank you very much, Angela. Napchuck, and I appreciate it. I love you for it. And thanks for listening in, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for the generous contributions, guys. If it wouldn't be for that, I would not be here. All the support you guys give to the channel is greatly appreciated. Hi, Deb. Happy Friday to you. New proof coming out about the forced mandated arm injects. Beautiful information. It's really, really true. And well said, by the way. Perfect. We can talk like that continually when we hide what we're saying. And it's true. It's true, guys. It is absolutely true. You probably knew also, Gate Smasher. I know, and I knew for the past year and a half, if not 2 years, what Fauci did, what happened at Wuhan. Everything's coming out. But it seems that the news is holding, all these things back. But that's very, very true. So there are also people going to court dates and stuff. We're going to be hearing this. So this is the last push of the elites because the mandates are all going to be down. I believe that's just my belief. I believe Canada too. They want it to continue because if it's only a month left, they're going to get so many more billions of dollars because Canadians are still getting V'd apparently, right? It's going to be a very sad moment for many people in the next coming 5-6 years. The poisons that were in that and everything. Merci, Aleos. And like I said, you guys, Aleos Valhalla, amazing guy, went down to Ottawa by himself, rented a small room in Gatineau, Quebec, and is traveling back and forth from Ottawa to Gatineau with his car to film everything and anything that's going on in Ottawa. He just started his channel, not asking for subscribers, but if ever you do go and you do enjoy the videos, you can take the time to subscribe to him or not. It's up to you. 10-4, Dragon Sage. I definitely will, guys. I promise this weekend today. Thank you. Thanks, Darla. And the amount of bullying by the Fed is unreal. It is unreal and scary. And obviously, you're talking about Canada. Damn right. And I saw a kid. Okay, well, he was arrogant, the kid, in the end, but the police were still bullying him. One kid was following them, like stalking them right up their asses, really following them. I was like, guys, keep 20 feet, You can't go up to a police officer and go like this in his face and saying, well, I'm just filming. What are you doing? Nothing, sir. Nothing, sir. I'm just filming you. I mean, people aren't understanding what we're allowed doing. They already get pissed off, the cops, if you're at the restaurant across the street filming them, and they'll go and see you. But you're allowed. You're allowed filming the public. You're allowed filming a police officer also in the street. It's a public figure. That's a law, Canadian law. But the amount of bullying by the feds is unreal and unusual. So their goal is to gather up people with small groups or that are alone. 2-3 people is even too much. That elder man that they slapped his friggin' arms behind his back and enraged me. I got a sore shoulder myself. I'm 46. And they grabbed the arms of the old guy and he was ow, ow, ow to arrest him. I don't know how many times I've seen that in the States, but it happens here in Canada too, guys. It really does. Canada being a peaceful country, my ass. It's shit. My life is shit. Okay, I'm sorry there, but saying that Canada is peaceful, I'm not allowed buying alcohol at an SAQ, at a government store. I'm not allowed taking the friggin' train to go down to Ottawa. Found that out. So there's a whole lot of things that I'm not allowed to do anymore. So if I had my son that was at college in Ottawa or something, or I don't know, had a violin rehearsal or violin concerto he was doing, and I wanted to go down and see him, I wouldn't be able to take the train. I'd have to get V'd. That's bullcrap. Thank you very much, Julie. Same here. The reality, J Rocco. Yeah, definitely not mine either. Motley MS Sport, thank you so much for stopping by, you guys. FD Donkey, I'm going to hurry up and get down because I know I make a lot of you wait up on the top. Again, Motley MS Sport, Nelson and Aniceto, thanks. Police watching Facebook. Another great subject that you brought up. There's so much. I can't do both. I can't answer and talk, but anyways, I'll talk today. And CPS is fueled by the dark cult. It really is, Beth. You are right about that. The dark cult is running the world. Being bullies, Angela. Yes, they definitely are. Motley MS Sport, thanks again for being a member, you guys. Really appreciate it. My friend Aniceto, police watching Facebook. Nelson, yes. Watching Facebook groups, watching people that are preparing to peacefully protest, and they're going door to door to drop off pamphlets on how to protest peacefully. In reality, I see that as harassment coming to your door. It's 1984. If you haven't seen the movie, it's free on YouTube, and you're nuts if you don't look at it. 1984. When you see some black and white, try to find the color one. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's what's being done in that movie, and it wasn't produced in 1984. It's a movie what they said how it would be in 1984. They were dead on, a couple years off, which is absolutely normal because climate change came and changed the agenda. Agenda 2030 became Agenda 2019 because they needed an extra 10, 11 years to recuperate from the damage the sun is about to do to us all. And a lot of people, the trolls, and like I said, you guys don't worry about the trolls. No, I love talking about them. The ones that said that I'm full of shit, that it's not going to affect the satellites, it's not going to affect the earth. The sun has always been flaring and stuff like that. It's not true. It is not true. It's not as much as it always has been, that's for sure. So 40 satellites are going to come crashing down to Earth as of now, and they're already out of commission because the geomagnetic storm hit them. So that means, don't forget, Elon Musk and NASA and any STS mission always have to base their launch times and dates on the activity in the sun. If the sun is flaring, I don't believe they're going to go. I'm not telling you they'll never go. Like if you see a bad solar flare, they're going to go to space. I highly doubt it because it's very dangerous for astronauts and go through metal also, through helmets. And if you're driving and sitting in a plane, radiation goes through a cockpit of a plane also. So yes, it can be dangerous. Geomagnetic storms can be dangerous for planes too also, when you think of it. It's scary stuff. Bern, how's it going? It's very scary stuff. It's going to get started here in the USA soon. Get ready, America. Yes, and when they say get ready, you guys don't have a week. If it's not the 13th or the 14th, they're going to start. It's sooner. And Washington, D.C., Washington State. I think everyone's going to get a chance to see from a distance some trucks and some activity. It's become worldwide. I saw New Zealand enter by force. Hey, this is causing a lot of shit, guys. They entered the parliament by force and tried to get in New Zealand. And I saw them do so with, my God, guys, Canadian flags in their hands. It was so beautiful. What's happening right now, call me crazy, but I do not see anything devastating happening. What's devastating is what happened to us for 2 years. That stress, maybe some of us developed cancers, maybe some of us developed ulcers, maybe some of us lost more hair or got more wrinkles or gained or lost weight because of the stress and what's going on. It plays a hell of a toll, or a hell of a role on our lives, that's for sure. They are watching everything. Thank you, Neurowalkie. Welcome. Thank you very much, Julie. Bullying the truckers, shame on them. Bless them all. They're blocking entry in Detroit. Yes. I heard, is it true? It absolutely is true. Ambassador Bridge, yes, the Ambassador Bridge. Today, or yesterday, there's talk of them sending a team to verify the concrete that's falling off the bridge. So now they're going to say there's too much weight. They're going to want to take them off. There's Biden that suggested to Trudeau to take the truckers away using federal force, brutal force, guys. There's call for the Canadian government um, um, in the ranks of the police officers in the Ottawa Police, which, by the way, Ottawa Police Chief, Staff Sergeant, I don't know what his name is. I'm not even going to mention his name because I'm hearing two stories. The lying news, MSNBC, CBC, all those lying stations of news, CNN, they're all talking about Ottawa Chief and what he's saying. Well, in reality, the Ottawa Chief resigned. He's gone. It's been 3 days, and they're still talking about him being there. So the lies that the media is saying, I heard lies that are getting me so mad, guys. This is the worst they've ever been, the news stations. They're totally effing liars. Every one of them. They're lying about everything. So the Canadian truckers, they say in the States, and I said at the beginning of the stream, Fox News, Tucker, you guys are disappointing me. You guys said at Fox News, you had boots on the ground in Ottawa, and you said the truckers want parts of the mandate taken down. And that's a flat out lie, because the truckers aren't going to move, nor is anyone that's standing there, until every bloody mandate in Canada is taken down. All provinces. And we're not going to stop. If they get us in Ottawa, there'll be more convoys elsewhere. Last night, didn't mention it. I'm waiting now because they're probably already there. 5 truckers left Ottawa to head down to an airport to do protests. They're almost there. A lot of people do know some information before it comes out, because a lot of people are talking online. A lot of misinformation, you know. I like the tension that they're causing. Justin Trudeau is, it's his responsibility. It's your responsibility for every dollar lost as of day one of that protest, of manifestation, which is a protest of Canadian truckers, a convoy, and now Canadian people also that want the end dates to end. And Canadians are not going to stop protesting. I'm not going to stop protesting until all mandates are down. Disobey. And that's how it's going to be. And there's nothing you buggers can do, because we're all doing it peacefully. And we're going to laugh in your faces. The Canadian government is already changing. Trudeau's caucus is Dickhead's caucus is turning against him. Somebody spoke out about the atrocities they're doing to children here recently, like a couple of weeks ago or months. So there's lots coming out. There's no way in hell Trudeau's going to be able to stay in office. They're all getting threats, and everyone hates them. They want them out. François Legault, same thing in Quebec. They're all assholes. They're all elites that are controlling everything. One channel is showing all the news that people are saying on all the stations, MSNBC, at the same time as CNN, saying the exact same thing, the exact same narrative. It's all planned. Can we bring jerry cans to the truckers again and hand them cash, since no, it's against the law? Since Give, Send, Go is frozen. Yeah, they did worse than that. Give, Send, Go, our ice cream eater Biden just stole the money, and they're going to be doing what they want with that money. Took over the account, froze everything, and literally stole their cash. Here, the GoFundMe. Do you all know that there is no building for that area? It's in a post office in one of the states, which I'm not going to mention. Yes, port something, but anyways, it's in one of the states, and they grabbed the money and they're going to give it out to charities. So every person that contributed money and big donations got the money stolen from the Canadian government, that they are going to give that back to certain charities. It's disgusting. The police banned anyone from bringing gas to the truckers. So what would happen, Beth? The following hours after they declared that, everybody went there with empty jerry cans. Some went there, and I guarantee you it was empty, and some people put water in them. So that person at the beginning here that got the story mixed up, that said that it was to trick the police. No, it was the other way around. They had the gas stands, the gas jerry cans were stolen off the back of the trucks while the truckers slept or were not around, and they were filmed stealing the trucks, the jerry cans. They brought back the jerry cans, and they brought them back with water in it. I was sure they would have put GPS sensors in it or whatever. I don't know, something to manipulate it, right? You know, and to damage the engine. So that was a deliberate coup, a deliberate attack from the from someone up in the Ottawa police. And it's sad, because now we say the Ottawa police. We got some really good police officers. Most of them are, guys. That's no matter how mad you are at the government and cops, I admit that. I know most of them are. But the few that are doing the problems in the Ottawa police are, like a couple of you said before, it's the harassment of the feds. They are arrogant, okay, snot-nosed, right? They'll go right up to you and laugh, and with their two little thumbs in their little vest, and they'll sort of really mock you. But that's control and power. A good police officer that is able to say, hello, how are you doing today? I've had cops stop me, guys. I was so impressed, and I even told them that the guy didn't even understand what the hell I was saying. And I told him his attitude, his character, when he came up to my car door, almost got me in tears. I was overwhelmed by his kindness. And he looked at me, he was mad because he thought I was bullshitting him. And I said, I'm not bullshitting, man. Do you understand that the cops you work with are assholes? Not a lot of good cops. They're not all good, right? Valleyfield, there's not a lot of good ones, I'm telling you, boy. Or it's the same story in Valleyfield. Probably only a few bad apples, but they are friggin' bad. 16 years old, being thrown on the ground, my pants ripped off, my hat and belt ripped off because some cop said he wanted to see if I had drugs under my belt. 16, I'm like friggin' flipping out, which I wasn't on drugs, by the way. I left it home. And then driving, smoking marijuana. It's illegal now. It's legal. And they were bad. They were really bad. They were power trippers. That's what cops are around here and everywhere. You see them, those power trippers. And some of them are just really good. Some of them give gifts to handicapped kids that they see, and they go back to their homes. I've seen the stories. I'm not going to put cops down, that's for sure. I learned my lesson. I saw a cop doing something. I'll say those effing cops did that. Now, I'm very choosy with my words, and I'm very careful. The Ottawa police did a certain thing, but again, it's coming up from higher up. Metro towing. For those of you who are whistleblowers or truth seekers mostly that are trying to share information about Metro towing, I did it myself. I posted that Metro towing towed 2 trucks and went over their word not to tow the trucks. And I went and took my post down, as a lot of other truth seekers posted the information. The Ottawa Metro Towing Association, or business in Ottawa, was called by police officers to go pick up 2 or 3 vehicles. They were large vehicles, right? Heavy machinery. And the problem is it was the call came from outside of the red zone, which is the jurisdiction to where they can tow, where the protesters were. They did not want to tow. So Metro towing, unfortunately, are going to get a bad rap. And I think it's important to say that they did not deliberately tow those 2 or 3 vehicles. Police in British Columbia, I saw them harassing a guy that was eating his lunch in his RV, and it was 7:50 at night, not even 8 o'clock, and they were threatening him, telling him that he needs a plate in the front. He's not in Ontario and whatnot. So a lot of things a lot of problems that they were trying to cause to everyone, unfortunately. Really, really sad. Don't know that person. Truth from Raw. Sorry about that. Dwayne. Yeah, Joe, it's just amazing. We're so proud of that ice cream eater. Give it refill coffee. So proud of that ice cream eater. So now I'm going to ask you something else. What else is flying around at the same height as the satellites that's going to come crashing down to Earth? Is it 40 satellites that are going to come crashing down, or is it 40 objects that they shot down? Don't forget, UFO UAP report, even more information I'm adding in. They want to catch a UFO. I don't know if you have any ideas of how they're going to catch it, but it's definitely not by asking it. Get some Navy guys on the ship that know how to control aircraft and tell them where to go as they're going down, the runway. I highly doubt that. What's the connection with aliens and humans? Did Elon Musk's satellites just get shot down by an extraterrestrial race? Did they just get shot down by China or Russia? Tension, Russia, Ukraine, the US sticking their nose in it. Trudeau is training the Ukraine troops. We have the Ukraine president or whatever you call him, minister or president, and you have Vladimir Putin, who they're interacting together, and it's not anyone's business. I don't know about you guys. I wouldn't stick my nose in what the hell's going on in Ukraine. Ashton Kutcher. I know all of you and a lot of you know that a lot of the actors are Masons. Most of them are, but Ashton Kutcher, I just saw not that recent photo. It would be the first time, my friends, that Ashton Kutcher went down the red carpet. For you ladies that know him better than me, the 70s show, right? That's what he started to play, or maybe not started on, but played on. Went out with Demi Moore. He has the Oxford University hat with a Freemasons sign on it, and every time I see that, don't forget that these people in Hollywood, they're all indoctrinated into this society, even indoctrinating and keeping an oath as their family members join. Kids become members also. The wives become members. It's all hidden. It's all secret. Billiam Horn, thanks again for being here. A trucker's blocking the Ambassador Bridge. Yes, I heard it. And I live a bit from there. Angela, absolutely. They really are. The Ambassador Bridge is closed for 4 days. It's been closed. There are festivities, barbecues, music. You can go there, set up, bring your kids, go set up beautiful, peaceful protests. Yeah, maybe not take a suggestion about the kids. I wouldn't bring my kid to a protest, but I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of kids in Ottawa that are there at the protests, and you don't see any of the kids there with the parents that are telling them, screw Trudeau and stuff like that. The parents that are there with their kids, they're there and they're, respectful, and they're explaining to the kids what's going on. Well, what's the matter, Dad? Well, or Mom? Well, the government that takes care of all of us here in Canada, the big kings and governments, well, they're not taking care of the people, and that's very, very bad. So the people are mad. It's not hard to explain to your kid what's going on. Thanks again, Darla. Mix ma'am. Hi, Bruce. Good to see you live again. Hello. Thank you, fellow chatters. Hope all are well and in good spirits. Thank you very much. We're getting better spirits, that's for sure. Definitely. No problem, Peter. SETI 79, Antarctica is where they don't want you to look into. Absolutely right. We have Buzz Aldrin that recently went to Antarctica. He suffered a mild heart attack or mild stroke. I don't know which of the two that he would have suffered from. And then a rumor, and why do I say a rumor? Because it was definitely not in the news. 212 watching. Thanks, everyone. A rumor about there being pyramids, metallic pyramids in Antarctica. I also heard rumors that some people say that there are giant bones that were found there. You hear a lot of stories. The ice wall, where apparently they say that there's something on the other side of it, which is very interesting. It interests me a lot. It is definitely very interesting. Those satellites have to do with the solar storm. Well, the satellites that are crashing down, yes. And it's because of the geomagnetic storm. So they said that caused 40 out of 49 satellites to be right now or in the coming hours and days, probably months, we will see objects crashing down Earth. So probably won't see them very big. It won't look probably, it does look like a falling star when it comes in, no matter how you look at it, because there's that intensity of light once it hits the oxygen in Earth's orbit. But it's going to come down. Good day to you, Crosshatch. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. So I never do scroll down, but I will this time. I have to pretend that I don't see anyone. Binary system was serious. Our son is a binary system was serious, says F Donkey. They're now turning towards each other at 24K cycle. That's why everything goes crazy. You see, that's not a good sign. And of course, when our sun reacts, it changes the entire solar system. So imagine all the suns out there. Constellation of Lyra, it's just suns that are far bigger than Earth. If they're all acting like that, what the hell is going to happen? Magnetism. We're going to see pole shifts. This is so scary. Add to that, if we're in the middle of a bloody ice age, or at the end of the ice age, or maybe one day they're going to actually decide how long an ice age lasts. I hope you know that they don't know, right? There's no proof. Science is theory, experimental theories. That's what science is. So they have ideas that they give themselves. I give you that. They're smart people, but they're never dead on the money on what they say. Yes. I wouldn't be surprised by that, Paul. You say the satellites are hoax. Or hold on. Do you mean satellites in general, or do you mean the satellites coming down? Because that makes sense. They're both good either way, which way you say. So yes, it could be red flag events too. And like, this is what I'm talking to you about. This is why I'm mentioning this. If there are 40 satellites out of 49 satellites that are going to crash down to Earth, did something or some other being extraterrestrial shoot them out of the sky? There's a launch that was just missed. Is it Elon Musk or is it China? I don't know anymore. There's too many launches. You see all the buildings that they're going to build for the launches now? They're looking for people to start companies to be able to start launching shit for them. There's going to be a lot of launches. China wants to go to space. How many times did they say? Is it 20? I don't know how many times. Many launches in 2022, so they say. Is it because something's happening with the sun? I really don't know. Thanks for being here, you guys. You won't be able to central scrutinizer to drop a link. Nobody can drop links here. Only the mods, I think, can drop a link. But if you have a mention central scrutinizer about a channel or something like that, no problem. Thanks for respecting my channel, but you asked, and I got no problem with it. Just give a heads up or a mention of the name if you want. Please, don't do it for nothing if it's not anything important. Alan, how's it going? Paul Hudson. Asmero 45, seeing the failed astral launch really makes me wonder how we ever went to the moon. That is well said, Asmero, sorry. You're absolutely right about that, 45. Yeah. How the hell did we get to the moon if we can't even, hey, Desi Bling, if we can't even launch satellites? There are a lot of satellites that come down out of the sky that crash, including the ones that they're not talking to us about, most likely. Thank you very much, Dazzy Bling. And Dazzy Bling, thanks for being a member too, guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much. ZG, hey, Bruce, the other morning, my electric sockets were popping. And here too, man, the other day, I had a ball of electricity come out of a light. Ooh, had to be strong electromagnetic energy. Yes. And that's the thing, guys. There's so much that we're talking about in this stream, which is really cool because we're going to continue to talk next stream. There's so much to talk about, but I like you bringing up topics and stuff. This is very interesting because I'm going to bring it up again, the Carrington event, but still some people here might not know about the Carrington event, Carrington, Carrington event back at the end of the 1800s, 1859 to be exact, if I'm not mistaken. And there was a giant explosion on the sun, and Earth was, I like to say, electrocuted. It was electrocuted, literally. And when you talk to me about I know you know what I'm going to say, the electric sockets that were popping, and I had a ball of electricity come out like a flash, so that That means a surcharge, like you said, a strong electromagnetic energy. Yes. And that is caused by many things, maybe not many things, but I know it is caused by the sun. That's for sure. And the objects that the devices that were unplugged, including, we're talking like the telegraph lines and everything, they all lit up and they electrocuted and killed many people. The ones working in the lines, obviously there was no computers in the houses, eh? Do you understand? That's another thing. There's too much to say, eh? That's what's dangerous now. We have computers. The Carrington event, there were no digital devices in the house, not as much. Not none. It was 1859. So yes, radio and stuff, whatever. Marconi brothers, everything that started coming out it was just in the beginning of the time of that, and everything flamed up. The devices inside of the homes started working, and anything with wires and stuff, it's just like everything had Wi-Fi. That's the best way to explain it. It's just like there's a whole bunch of devices with Wi-Fi, and then they're all and remote controls, and they're all simultaneously turned on. And that static did exactly what you're talking about, is pushing the electricity out of the devices. So my computer, my iMac Pro, can electrocute me with a surcharge of maybe 10,000 volts because it amplifies, and it electrocutes the entire world, and everything starts doing, like you just said, popping out of the electrical sockets. I imagine houses will catch on fires. Those stupid gauges that Hydro-Quebec have on our houses, which caught houses on fire way back, those are very, very scary when you think of it. Nobody has any idea, because now we have a lot more power, a lot more lines, stronger tension and stuff. It's going to be very dangerous. Salty Moabs, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate that. Christy, thank you so much, Christy. Thank you, Christy. I love you. Thanks for the generous contributions, you guys. If you just arrived, Christy, I've been saying a lot since the beginning. I'm going to lose my voice by the end of the time. This weekend, I have a lot of comments I want to get around. But for those of you who I love very much on Patreon and stuff, I will be answering the comments. I've been so busy this week and last week, all month, I think. Can't go to Ottawa because of the train without a pass. Had a family member that was so kind and offered me, you want to go up? We can go up and go up. I'm very worried about the highways and what's going to go on the raid tonight or whatnot. Sure, there's lots of rumors to what's going on in Ottawa, but still, there's credible inside information that came out that there was an order to brutally push us out, push the truckers out, Canadians. But what I believe, and I'm sure a lot of you also probably are thinking the same thing as me, I believe that the police are preparing to stand up with the people. Isn't that crazy, me saying that? I know it sounds crazy. It really does. But I tend to think if they can, they're not going to want to be there. A lot of Ottawa police have just taken leave, by the way. This is all important information. People that don't want to be at the protests, most likely. I don't have that proof, but we can assume that's why people on the police force in Ottawa now are spontaneously, suddenly taking many weeks of vacations. They want to get away from the shit that's going to happen in Ottawa, right? And it's going to happen. They are going to attack the people in Ottawa, I believe, but it's not going to happen right away. Cold weather is coming. Monday or Tuesday, it's going to replunge down, low -20s. That's when things get serious. Nobody is going to endure those police officers in Ottawa, the ones that are doing the trouble, by taking away gas cans for the bloody truckers. Everything's safe. What they're doing there, they're very safe. The barbecues are being done out in the streets, which there's no danger outside with a barbecue. Why are they saying it's dangerous having a barbecue in Ottawa when everyone else is doing it on their balconies on the next street? It makes no sense. It's a lot safer having a bloody barbecue in the street than it is having a barbecue outside of the street. I didn't even talk about half the things at all, not even a quarter of the things that are occurring in Canada, but those Nazi flags and Confederate flags, sorry, but for those of you outside of Canada, We don't have that Confederate flag here. There's no meaning for it here either. You know what the meaning of the Confederate flag is for me and most Canadians? When we see that flag, we think of the General Lee, right? We think of Dukes of Hazzard, right? Which we found out it's very racist sign. So Canadians won't flag it. Somebody has a General Lee sign at his home because it's been there for 20 years and everyone had one and stuff. You understand that time, time keeps on ticking, ticking. We're evolving. Time is always evolving into something new. Let me scroll down here all the way down. Sound like the Giant. Remember that? Used to watch that when I was a kid. What was it called? Why am I thinking of the Green Giant? No, I'm not thinking of Corn. Dang right, F the police. If they act like that, it's F them for sure. The minute they stand up, want to move to Canada even more than before. Well, it's bad. Canada is the country, and no Canadians know this, by the way, one of the countries that has the most arms. And I'm not talking about regular arms like the arm that I'm scratching right now in the back. I'm talking about secret weapons and missiles and bases and stuff like that. And it's all done with the US, During the war, they planned the whole war here. They planned Hiroshima, they planned the nuclear bomb. Right here in Montreal, all sat around a table. And for those of you that have grandparents that went to war, the First World War, or the Second World War, I think it's the first, you will have books, or is it the second? I think it could be the second. Either way, you will have a book that's given to the soldiers after the war. And inside of that are pictures, very, very, amazing pictures, Winston Churchill and everything. And you see them talk in Montreal about planning with all the leaders of the world that were sitting in a round table, right? Knights of the Round Table in Montreal. So, hey, I found out people in Alberta say a boot. So we're trying to locate what Canadians are saying a boot, because I've never heard it in my bloody life. When I talk about boots, it's my winter boots, but more police are quitting. Yes, you're right about that, my friend. That's exactly what's going on. Sorry, guys, give me a second. Yeah, and it's the saddest thing in the world. It's the saddest thing in the world to see people that have been employed for 20, 10, 15, 20, 30 years that are going to take an early retirement because they don't want to stay with the force because, one, they're not jabbed, or that they don't, agree with the people that are not V'd. But let me tell you something. A lot of people don't realize, or probably even know, is that most of the people that are here at the protest in Canada are V'd. They're V'd 2, 1, 2, 3 times. I bet you some of even 4 or 5 times, because people like doing so. There's what guy in charge of what country just took 8 jabs, and like now he's like, like, duh, what the hell? Wake the hell up. The hardest thing was for family members not being able to imagine losing your child, and imagine not being able to talk to your friends on social media about the way that person passed away. It's horrible. It's horrible. I can't even imagine it. The people that are being buried and the family members can't even go to a funeral. Like, you can't have more than 50 or whatever. Anyways, I don't know the exact numbers, but there's a lot of shit going on. That's really, really sad. They're going to get caught. It was all illegitimate. It was all done illegally. It was all done through fraud, scams, and manipulation, and bags and bags of offers of money. Justin Trudeau got offered money. His brother was talking about it. Kyle Kemper. You guys got to check up Kyle Kemper, which is Justin Trudeau's biological brother, who is now speaking out, and Alex Jones InfoWars, Reset Wars is where you want to go, and go check out banned videos. You want to go check out to see what they're talking about. They're talking about him there. Kyle Kemper was on Alex Jones and talking about his brother. Obviously, he's trying to get his brother to resign, is what he's suggesting his brother to do, is to resign. And so I don't know what the complicity is between the two of them. I don't know what the relationship is. I mean, aside from being family, whether they're close or not. But it's very interesting when you see his own biological brother telling people that he's doing wrong. He believes that he was pulled in, sucked into by the elites, and that was paid large sums of money. And now he's stuck doing their bid. Peter, thank you so much, man. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. I love you very much, man, for all the amazing support and all the support each and every one of you give me. I do this full time. The channel's being attacked. The views are being attacked. And at the beginning, I shut up for the longest time, over years, about some of the attacks. And then I'm saying people have to know that I am definitely being attacked, and that it's the hardest thing for me to get 3,000, 4,000 views on a video. It takes what, 5 days? About a week for me to get 4,000 or 5,000 views on a video. I know some of you have seen my videos in a day get up to 10,000, but I can count those times on my hand in reality. Thanks, Peter. Thanks, guys. Love you for it. Really appreciate it, guys. Valkyrie 594. BBC had an article that the vac has yeah. I read that too, and I'll tell you what's in that is what they give to. Yeah, it's proven. I heard it from a doctor. I heard it from the ones that were making it. Right, not Fauci, but people very, very close to him that don't work there anymore. But it's absolutely true. And at the beginning, the HIV and stuff, they started giving it out, and that came out through the V's in South Africa or Africa. I don't know. Don't depend on where I'm saying the exact area. I'm not a professional, but in Africa they killed a lot of people. There were genocides. Fauci killed thousands, lots of girls, lots of boys, adults even, and AIDS came out there, the HIV, and then all of a sudden, it was they said it was a gay disease, which was totally horrific for the gay community. Really was a low blow to tarnish them when you think of it, right? I don't have to be gay. I'm not. I love my women, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to support every gay individual and speak out when they're being manipulated. It's the fairness. I just wish everything was fair, right? Why does the American government do that? This year, who do we hire? Okay, this year to run the presidency, only women, and they all have to be, I don't know, Portuguese, and have descendant of a German. Okay, and the next year after that, then a black guy, or then a white guy. But all the people they're bringing there are shit, right? All the white guys that have gone through there ain't gonna hide it. I'm white. They're still shit, right? And then they got one guy in there, Obama, which made woof. How many people regretted him going in? I'm telling you, he did so much bad to the states. So much bad to the states. He started the cages, putting kids in cages, people in cages, and now, and anyways, over the years, right? SARS. Then you hear somebody put anthrax in an envelope. It was a white powder that all of a sudden it was circulating. All around us, all the time, people are trying to kill people, and we're sitting here hearing about the stories only when it really hits home, because it comes out either by being leaked in something. But it is so maddening, the information. Hey, there's so much to talk about. I don't. Hats off to Tucker and all those guys talking on the news. Lost a lot of hope in a lot of the news media, and I was upset. I still like Fox. I appreciate them, but I don't appreciate that it's not 100% truth. And there's always a little friggin' lie that they're integrating in there. Victor Levic, merci, man. I'm going to scroll down here. Hey, I've been talking to a lot of people today so that Julie doesn't have to tell everyone all the time. Just like leave a comment at when you come in the stream, and before leaving it too, Bruce will answer you. Ottawa live party last night. It was Grip Ripper. Atmosphere, brilliant atmosphere and music. Heart moving, man. It was heartwarming. I saw it. And also the night before, maybe, or actually maybe not. Maybe it was just that night you said, or 2 nights. It was beautiful. I saw the police come into town, a real event where the police came in and said, you must leave a lane open for emergency vehicles. And every trucker said, well, of course, no problem. And he says, you're free to protest. You're free to even make noise and stuff like that. He was very careful with the making noise, except honking, because the guy said honking. He goes, no, not yet. There's an injunction, by the way. The truckers are waiting 10 days to honk. This is in court, guys. They got lawyers, accountants now in charge of all of this. We have a retired RCMP. What the hell was his name? Daniel Bulford, right? Bulford. Now, guys, here's the weird thing. Daniel Bulford's a retired RCMP agent, or actually, I'm going to call him what his post was. He was also doing security for Justin Turd Boy, and he was also a sniper, and a very good one. Do you guys find it funny that his name is Daniel Bulford? Bullet for me, guys. I've noticed that patterns like that all my life. It makes me laugh. Neil Armstrong. I was going to say Neil Young again. Neil Armstrong, when they talk about him, the first man that went to the moon, they say Neil A, right? And Neil A backwards alien. And the A is capital. Totally weird. Small N, capital A. Weird. And, but little patterns like that I see all the time. Cops went in and said, you guys can protest, show your democratic, share your democratic rights and protest with your democratic rights peacefully and without harming people and leaving one lane open. And he said the Ottawa police and the cops will not come in town, right? We know they're going to come in anyways, but it doesn't matter. This is a video that I saw the police officer say that. Also saw an elderly man get attacked literally by a friggin' 6'4" or 6'5" police officer that was like 3 times the height of this very puny, thin, old elderly man, sore back because he was crouched over. The guy just grabbed his arms, threw him on the ground, basically, because he fell on the ground. Let's not lie. He didn't throw him on the ground. He put his arms behind him. And I guess like anybody, if I go and put my finger in your face, you may just fall over at one point, right? When that happens. That's what happened. A lot of people were around filming it. And the cops, when they are alone, laughed at the guys when they were taking their gas tanks and turned around. And he said, you're stealing the gas tanks. He goes, those are mine. And the guy says, not anymore. And laughed. Even told him to fuck off. The cop told him to fuck off. Okay? And is that professional? No. And that's what they do. And that from peaceful protesters. So imagine that Trudeau wanted the protesters to go into Ottawa to start ramping up trouble and stuff like that. The Ottawa protest area, the red zone, guys, is the cleanest area in Ottawa. It's the cleanest area that Ottawa has ever been, because I see Kleenex in a slush can bottle in front here, glass, okay, of my home on the road, and there's some all over the place. Every ditch from here to my mother's house is filled with bottles and cans, right? That's how it is, garbage and stuff like that. So they cleaned up the whole area over there. They're doing things right. They're not even honking. Those people that live in Ottawa, guys, unfortunately, that are saying, which is not many, by the way, Ottawa citizens were very receptive. They received all the truckers in general. There's always that bad apple, but they're causing a lot of problems. Fox News, nope, not true. MSNBC said that the truckers are trying to take over the parliament. Megaforce, yes. It's Megaforce they're going to use. I see them come in with tanks and water cannons. And that's what's going to happen if we're not gone by this weekend. But the thing is, the plan is we're all going to get arrested. Everyone there is going to get arrested. Everyone's going to go to the station. What the hell do you think they're going to do with them? Well, they said they're going to process them and they're going to try to get them to go into probably a concentration camp. There's already some here anyways, right? Just recently, Trudeau's caucus, guys, for those who don't know, they're talking against Trudeau. His whole caucus is talking against him, one after the other. And they want him to be at least transparent with a date, give us possibly a date where they would take the mandates off. But it's simple. The truckers said they don't want the date. They say, you take it off, we leave. The minute they take off the mandates, they will leave. Another rumor I heard, the goal was a rumor only, I'm not sure of the source, to take away the mandates, get the truckers to leave the next day, set up barricades hundreds of kilometers away from Ottawa, all around Ottawa, and then reapply the mandates. I believe that they were going to try to do that. And I believe that they possibly could, again, still try to do that, which would be absolutely disgusting. Child protection, looking at the kids, the truckers brought their kids there to try to get control and to gain control, to take them away. And they're not going to take them away maybe at the protests, but they're looking for your name. They're going to ask you your name. And what they're doing, this is another rumor, but well, no, they said they were going to do, the government actually, they're going to send out tickets to people, the truckers, anyone that's there parked on the road, and they're going to have their license revoked. That's another thing they talked about. So there's a lot of threats. Justin Trudeau doesn't want to hear about the people, right? He valorized in his speech, guys, BLM, okay? Black Lives Matter movement, okay? Which is a group that caused billions of dollars in repairs here, and many, I don't know about if there were deaths or not. There was injured police officers, many busted windows and fires. It was a rage. The BLM supporters are ragers, okay? They're like high on meth, and they're hired to bash in your heads is basically what that group does. And me, I have my black friends, fortunately, explained all that to me, what BLM was, what the goal of it was. Because don't forget, what did all white people do? I'm sure I'm talking for a lot of you, right? I shouldn't be, though. I'm going to talk for me, okay? When I saw BLM, when I saw the title, Black Lives Matter, I loved it because I do believe that Black Lives Matter, the title. I don't believe the association, right? So it was a nice thing. So a lot of people started sharing them and started saying, yes. So on my page, remember at the beginning, oh my gosh, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. I was writing it too. Of course they do. Of course they do. Then I started understanding, and so people started getting pissed off, and people started writing all lives matter. That was it for me. You're right. All lives do matter. So what was going on, unfortunately, the black people have been abused over the years, the slavery and stuff like that. It is horrible, and we all know it. So they're freeing themselves, and they're interacting with white people. And I'm sure they appreciate the white people that are telling their kids what went on and stuff like that. But we're not the bad people. That's a problem. And the government believes that if you're white, that's why you did it. Okay. That's sort of racist. That's how I see things, right? Because the ones ruling the world right now, right? But a lot of people tell me, well, the white people are ruling the world. Oh, are they? You sure about that? I don't know. All I know is that the ones basically running the world have German blood. And I think Germany won back in the day, and that they took over the other countries by infiltrating the countries and keeping the people at their posts and ranks, and giving them a lot of money to shut their mouths and to pretend that it wasn't Germany running them. They probably pocketed a lot of money way back. A lot of people probably pocketed so much money. Geomagnetic storm took only 40 of the 49 Tesla satellites output the other day. Yes, that's exactly what I said at the beginning, right? Exactly. So that's why I said there's 40 satellites that are going to crash down, and there's 9 that they're going to be flying in a paper line straight across the sky. And that's how they're going to fly to be able to break out of where the geomagnetic storm is or went by, because they're going to use centrifuge. They're going to use just like a duck kinetic energy, right? When a duck's following another duck, duck following another duck, duck following another duck. So they're going to do that to gain power to have the other satellites to be able to go through. It doesn't mean the satellites are going to get through. And again, I'm telling you, were they shot down by Russia's satellites, anti-this, anti-that satellites? Who knows? The U.S. truckers said they will do a convoy in 2 weeks from California to D.C. Wow. Must take time to plan. Thank you, California drivers. Oh, you mean Canadian drivers? Sorry. If that's what you mean. Yes. I get it. Yeah, and it'll be the ones that are V'd, obviously, because the other ones can't go. And Julie, also the Americans came down to the border way back the first day of the convoy, and they blocked the American border on the American side, created traffic, and they were screaming across at the Canadians. It was a beautiful thing. Very emotional time. I remember seeing that. Starbeam Night, absolutely. He not only looks like Castro, he's his spitting image. Really a spitting image. And that's nothing. He's got a biological brother whose family name is Kemper. Got to really wonder about that family, boy. We're all inbred anyways. If you listen to what they were telling us in the Bible, boy, I'm surprised we don't have peckers on our foreheads and, ears growing under our arms. The human probably looked a little different many years ago, right? I'd love to see a human being 300 years ago or 400 years ago, and you're going to say, Bruce, there's a whole bunch of yeah, I don't believe it. I'm not sure. I don't believe everything they say. So when they show us bones and say, look, we reconstructed it with a 3D program to be able to show you exactly what Tutankhamun looked like. And he had bad teeth and he had a crooked spine, Tutankhamun. You can see there the crooked spine. It's a bunch of bullshit they're doing. He has a crooked spine because he's been sitting in the dirt for 20,000 years. That's probably why the hell he has a crooked spine. A Super Bowl of what? Chili chip bacon? That's what it's going to be. That's what my Super Bowl is going to be, Gate Smasher. But yeah, I don't think the Super Bowl is going to have a very good time. And if you're planning to go to the airport, do it quickly because the trucks will be there. Be sure to wave to the trucks when they're there. Be patient, guys. Everything's going to slow down. Yes, the shit we're ordering online is not going to come in. I'm going to be pissed off myself. But in reality, we're doing that so that it'll stop all mandates. And the most beautiful thing that the truckers said when they started the convoy, and in reality, there was protests before the convoy. I'm still proud of Canada for what they did. They took a chance, you never know. Like the States took a chance on January 6th. That was a must. I was so proud to see all the people there. And I was proud to see how calm things were on January 6th because they were calm. And what started was the brutal force, always by the police. We have a federal police officer that took the life of a veteran away, right? A person that was in the army or a veteran or whatnot, lady who lost her life. That was the police inside the federal police that shot her through a window without having any gun in her hand. So look at it the way you want. There was no forceful entering. They let people into the Capitol on January 6th. Come on in. Don't break anything. Come on in. And everyone went in, followed the feds. Hey, the feds went in, and everyone that was sitting there was standing up with a whole bunch of police officers with freaking gear, okay, and helmets and everything on them and their guns and everything, and they were calm. They didn't look stressed out. The cops were interacting with people and stuff. So, Nancy Pelosi and all the bad snakes in the U.S. government and now in the Canadian government, France, Macron, these are the people in our neighborhood. Those are the people that gather up at Bilderberg meetings to decide how they're going to regulate the economy, how they're going to change the economy, and now making billions of dollars applying experimental drugs, jumping over the Nuremberg trial that happened after the war where they stated no experimental So, and that's it. See what we got to do? We got to shut up and can't talk too much, but you know what I'm saying. That's how it is. The plague, the Black Plague back in the day was the same bloody thing. It was an experimental drug, I believe. And they've forced people to take it because obviously they mustn't have had to do much forcing. People wanted it because they saw everyone dying around them. So imagine if everyone that was dying around them was from the frickin' jabs back in the day. I'll tell you what, if it wasn't that back in the day, it's the situation today, right? I have an uncle, okay? A hard-headed, arrogant uncle, okay? Maybe I should hold back. Anyways, I got a feeling, I got a family member that's telling me to shut up, and I'm going to shut up about it. But those of you asleep, whether you be in my family or not, about the V's and about what I told some of you about the poison in it, if something happens, I'm not going to laugh, but I'm not going to feel bad. That's how I look at things. You were warned that shit's in that stuff. Anyone that's going to be forcefully taking that, it's ridiculous. Whether you tell me, yeah, but I had to take it because of my job. Okay, so you prefer instead of losing your job to lose your life. Okay, I get it. No problem. It's respect to each and every one of your own thoughts. BM, that's what I call Justin Trudeau. How's it going? Josh, thank you very much. Evening to you, BM. Thanks a lot. Same mother, different father. Yep. Exactly. Well said. Maggie slept around a lot. Yes. 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 Maggie was very, very busy. And Maggie decided one day, which is normal, right? That Pierre Elliott Trudeau's son and wife, newborn son, would go up for a visit to see Castro, the leader, Fidel Castro of a country, without himself going there. You know, like, I'm going to send off my wife with the kid to go have a little visit with Fidel Castro, right? So I could just imagine Fidel had that pep talk with his son, you know, talked in a different language that his son didn't understand. It's all conspiracy. It really is. Really is. Guys, an amazing sun video. You're going to be so proud of me. Those objects that I found going around the sun that looked like it's in the sun's atmosphere really is. It's in the chromosphere. It's giant plasma balls, and they're called blobs. Look it up, NASA blobs, to see what they are. They started documenting that in 2016, maybe even before, but I saw 2016. In August 2019, there was several giant, I'm trying to remember the story, giant fireballs that were seen exiting the sun every 12 seconds. August 219. Look it up. August 219 fireballs. You'll come right to the post. And the fireballs, when they were leaving the sun, some of them were staying around the sun in its orbit. And where they were staying was in the chromosphere between the core, right, and the outermost atmosphere, right, of can we say the geocorona? I don't know if we can say that. Earth's the oxygen that's the furthest point around the Earth of oxygen is called the geocorona. So whether there's one or not, there's also an atmosphere around the sun. I've been showing the rotation of the sun, which is really trippy because it turns clockwise. You're seeing the opposite. Turns clockwise, but it also turns like this. So it would go like that and turn like this. So it's always spiraling, I believe, but also turning like that. Sort of like it's weird when you see it for the first time and really realize it. And of course, the only way of finding that out is by filming the sunspots. 2941 is the most recent sunspot right now on the sun that is very, very large, and they look like they're merging, much like the 2936 that is the coronal mass ejection that was caused by a big solar flare that sent a geomagnetic storm to hit Earth. So, since I didn't hear of any geomagnetic storms between the time that I mentioned it to you, could this be that geomagnetic storm that was supposed to hit the 4th or something? So I don't know. but it remains really, really interesting. And we talked about so much in this video that I didn't even get into most of the points. So that's awesome, because tonight we'll have a lot of stuff to talk about. Rico, Bruce, how's it going? I'm good, my friend. Thanks a lot. I noticed YouTube silent, you on my notifications. Glad to see you. Good. Yes, thanks for letting me know that, Rico. And they are really bad. The notifications are one of the biggest darn problems, I think, on YouTube. I have problems with Peter Benton. I never get his notification. Julie Stats, sometimes click notification. Maybe I didn't click notifications. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it's because I don't see your videos pop up on recommendations, and it should. If I'm subscribed to you, the videos on my homepage, I would assume it's only all of your videos that I'm subscribed to, but I still don't see some of your videos. I guess I'm blocked too, and some other people can be blocked also, I guess, the same way. Yeah, Dragon. And that's even Dragon Sage. He was like, "Oh, Bruce, I really feel like going up, man." And anyways, I was like, "Dude, I don't know where you are, but if you're Montreal, whatever, we'll take my car, we'll go to Alexandria or Coda Station, 3 or 4 guys or girls, whatever. Bring some girls, and we'll go up to Ottawa to rent each a small room or something like that, like a tiny, smallest room, the cheapest room, stay there for a day or two." And when I called, I got really pissed off. And they said, "Well, you need to be jabbed, and you're going to need the pass. So I can't have any Irish coffees anymore since the 8th of February. Is it the 18th, Darla, or the 8th? I think it is the 8th. Anyways, when they said that people couldn't buy any alcohol anymore in the SACs, the SAQs, which is by the government. Ontario's not the same. Ontario, you can't buy alcohol in grocery stores and all over the place. Here, they sell them everywhere and anywhere. Just to say the church doesn't sell beer. But in Ontario, it's the beer store. And that's the name of the store. It's the beer store. That's where you buy your beer. You go into a mini mart, even at one point. I remember walking in the mini mart. "Where's your beer?" "Sir, we don't sell beer in the mini mart." And I felt really uneducated when they said that. I'm like, "Okay, well, where do you guys sell beer in Ontario?" They go, "The beer store?" "For real, the beer store." I said, "Okay." Go to the beer store. You walk in there and you go, "Yeah, case of 12 of Labatt Blue." Then you turn around and on these metal wheels, the case of beer comes out and you leave. Makes sense. Valleyfield's not like that. You could have your kid on that ride, the horse, that doesn't go very fast and it lasts only 17 or 28 seconds there. And right across from there, you can go pick up a case of beer and take off. Not that there's beer everywhere. That's how it is here in Canada. I didn't know. I don't know how it is in the States. Actually, I have no idea. I don't know if you guys have deliberate stores to buy your beer, or you actually sell in corner stores or grocery stores. I guess you guys call the corner stores 7-Elevens, is what we call the dépanneur here in Quebec. But they usually all sell alcohol. But they don't sell hard stuff. Only beer. That's true. That's true. Mini mart and stuff like that, grocery store, you can't get hard stuff. You can get wine or beer, maybe bubbly, champagne, sort of cheap, whatever, or expensive, but you can buy that, Henkel, whatever. But you can't get whiskey or hard stuff. Or I don't drink Jack Daniels and shit like that, but a lot of people, whatever your drink is, here in Canada, you cannot go into a store unless you have the pass. That is getting really old. I think it's getting old. I know it's going to go down, and the mandates are going to completely end. Already a couple of provinces ending the mandates. It's only a matter of time, but they make money each and every day. They said it. If 10,000 people get V'd every day in Canada, they're not going to take them down right away, right? So they're pulling it. So already since the manifestations, since the protesting in Ottawa, they've already had 10,000 times 10 people approximately go and get V'd. That's if it's true, or if it's not true, I don't know. Wendy H, good morning to you. Thanks for being here again. Gamecock Mike, how's it going, my brother? Many slave owners were also black. Yes, that's true. You want to bring that in, but it's true. If you look back through the records, you'd be surprised how many. Yes, there was also a large number of white slaves. Also, yes, there were. One thing I never mentioned, but yes, there were. There were absolutely white slaves. They want to keep us separated. Yes, and it'd be just nice if we got the real story. So, sure, the blacks were probably abused more or whatever. Let's assume that. But why not just show the truth? Tell the exact truth. Why hide the fact that there was maybe less white people there, or maybe as many, by the way? And there's also some people on YouTube, very rare clips of during the 50s and 60s, where they said that my mom or my father was a slave, and luckily they had very good slave owners. I hate saying the word slave owner. That's really rubs me the bad way. I can't say that for a human. Owning a human, it hurts. It hurts my friggin' ears saying that. But it was a manipulation. Like, say to yourself, that's just me. Hey, Josh, what up, man? The way I feel right now about the sea and about the pandemic and the way it's forcing me to do stuff is, it reminds me a bit of that tension that, for example, blacks and whites that were enslaved in the day. This is true, blacks and whites. Imagine the feeling and the emotions that are going through these people's body, where they know that even if they wanted to turn around and kill their slave owners, it's not going to change anything, because it's the perception of the people that changed. So you had a lot of good people back in the days, and they didn't tell out loud in the public to other white people that, or black people, that they were against slavery, right? So they just, in a way, it's like we become hypocritical when we're all together and just instinctively, you know, do something without even thinking of it, because our perception is controlled and changed. All the people in Ottawa that were there, like I said, the people that lived in Ottawa went down and said hello to the truckers too. It was a beautiful thing to see the people in Ottawa go out and thank the truckers. And we don't even mind the noise. We understand. Here's the problem: that the capital is in Ottawa, Canada. So Parliament Hill, that's always where the protests are going to be. It's not going to be at a McDonald's in Edmonton. It's going to be there, right? That's how it is. Guys, gals, had a long stream, 2 hours already here. I know I missed a shitload of the comments and stuff. Divine Sorcery here. Thank you, Darla. Thank you so much. If you guys want like the paranormal, Divine Sorcerer does paranormal videos, and there's lots I haven't even seen yet. If you want to, I like the way he does it legitimately. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. That's how I am. There's a lot of shows, and he knows it too. Divine Sorcerer. People go out and it's all the flash, look at all the equipment I have and stuff like that. It's good to have a lot of equipment, but you got to know how to use it, and you got to use it for a certain, definitely a reason, right? Truth Mirage and everyone, Rico, thanks you guys for coming down. It is a big money, big pharma scheme. You absolutely said it, Rico. There's nothing else. That's exactly what it is. Really hyped today. I had an amazing afternoon stream. 3 o'clock. So yeah, okay, I'm going to do this for you guys. I'll get the video up between streams, but I'm afraid, because I know not a lot of people are going to watch it if it's between the streams, but we'll see. If not, it might be after, but it's a good video, guys. I do want you to watch it. I know all of you here will. Thanks for the generous contributions, amazing comments that you all give, the support that you give the channel. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. Very important for the algorithm of YouTube. To get in recommendations, you need an interest. It has to be an interest in the channel. I do appreciate each and every one of you that takes the time to subscribe to the channel. We're approaching 91.5 thousand subscribers, and just, my God, guys, I don't know what to say. I'm honored to have had the chance to have a channel, to have met that many people. I think it's not like I could have made one video at the beginning and showed what was on the moon and gotten hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but it didn't go that way. Instead, it's going up very slowly and quick sometimes, and I get a lot of real people that come by the channel, so that's a good sign. And in less than 8,000 subscribers, imagine 8,000 subscribers, because of all of you, we will be at 100,000 for the summer coming, if not the latest, the winter, because it can always change. And we're going to have a nice, beautiful plaque that I'll be able to receive for both you and I for having made this channel, because the community, the numbers is what makes the channel. The community has control over the channel. And a lot of people, there's a lot of trolls, but not that many when you think of it, because in a flash of an instant, a channel can go down. If you disrespect your community, if you're doing things in the background where some other hackers or trolls are going to see that you're doing harm to some people, you do get your channels taken down. Do any fraud. There's one recently, a channel that's doing lotteries. So you got to be careful with that, guys. You can't have lotteries on your channel. Very careful when I give out prizes. It has to be given out, and you're not allowed telling people to become a member, to pay to be able to get prizes. It's like there's certain things that YouTube guidelines forces us to do. I apologize for not being able to answer all the comments, but I had a lot to say, and I really do feel bad about not answering your comments, but do know that it's not deliberate. And I'll talk to you all very, very soon. So I'm going to get a video up between times. 8 o'clock. It's now 3 o'clock. So in 5 hours, 8 o'clock, if you are around, guys, please come back. And we're going to talk about all these points about what's going on in Canada. Or we'll just do what we just did this stream. This was really, really fun. I really appreciate it. Throughout the year, guys and gals, I don't want to do it every day because I don't want to have just blah, blah channel. But you guys maybe would enjoy speaking with me. You don't have to show your face. Sometimes I can have 3 or 4 of us come on and just give opinions on maybe the last videos I made, or maybe on some things that we can bring here and talk about. I really want to do it like we are a community, right? It's going to happen on the members, but the ideal of the members, when I started the members, thanks to be by being members, guys. When I started the members, I did it in the goal of saying one day I will be at 100 members, maybe even 200 members, right? But never really did get up to there, but close. And I'm really, really proud and honored by everyone. But as we grow, at one point, the whole goal and ideal was to have a lot of people on the member side. The ideal was to have a lot more income on my end. I mean, with the ads, to give out maybe more prizes, but ain't rich. So I give them out when I can, but I try to make good videos though, at least. Anyways, long story short, I don't even know why I'm talking. It's just blah, blah. And I appreciate everything. Mods, everyone, thank you so much. I love you very much. Thank you so much for the ongoing support of the channel. See you all at 8 o'clock. Be watching that sun video coming up. Some new findings in my research and about the fireballs, and I'll be talking to you all about that. Love you guys. Bye-bye.